Thanks once again for dropping by the channel. If you like the content, if you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe, share the video if you felt it was useful. Now let's get into this. So I've done two other videos today. Just before I get into this video, I've done two other videos today and they're all going to be in audio format today. I'm just going to slap a couple of pictures and a few videos behind them. It's just purely because I just wasn't arsed getting the stand out and making the studio, as I call it, up. I just absolutely shattered today. It's late enough in the day anyway. It's late enough in the evening. Actually, it's actually after midnight. So it's very late. So I'm just not arsed getting the stand out. So this is why it's going to be an audio. So hope you enjoy the audio. Now let's get into this. So Dillian Whyte has given his say on Dereck Chisora potentially facing Oleksandr Usyk next. He's saying that he expects Dereck Chisora to shock Usyk. Now, we've heard purported dates for this fight. We've heard dates of the 28th of March. And as of now, which is 2 months away from the 28th of March, well, actually, less than 2 months now, actually, we still haven't heard anything. We still haven't had an announcement or anything like that. We've heard Eddie Hearn say that, he expects to get this fight done, it's going to be announced, etc., etc., etc. But we're hearing conflicting reports from the K2 side of Oleksandr Usyk, or at least his manager, who's saying that, no, those reports, essentially aren't true. So it's a bit up in the air. Once I see this fight's announced and signed and sealed, then, I'll believe it. But as for right now, Dillian Whyte has given his say. He thinks Dereck Chisora would beat Usyk. So he's basically said here, he's referring to Usyk, thinking he can outmaneuver Dereck. But if Dereck is in shape, which I'm sure he will be, he'll have a nasty surprise. And he'll have a hard night's work if he wins. This is what Dillian Whyte told Sky Sports. I'll read this here. It says, I'll tell him straight, don't underestimate Dereck. If he's in shape and he's motivated, he will give you work. Serious work as well. 100%, and I'm backing him to win as well, because Usyk struggled with Chaz Witherspoon. Okay, he outboxed him, he outmaneuvered him, but he hit him with a million punches before he stopped him, and Chaz Witherspoon was basically retired before that fight. So that's what Dillian Whyte has had to say on Usyk. He wasn't impressed with Usyk's performance against Chaz Witherspoon, doesn't think Usyk has much power, etc., etc., etc. I didn't think the performance against Chaz Witherspoon was that bad. Personally, I didn't think it was that bad of a performance. Is Usyk the hardest puncher at heavyweight? Definitely not. But he was never the biggest puncher at cruiserweight. His punches sure as hell don't tickle. I mean, if you're a heavyweight fighter, or any fighter at that, you're not going to want to stand in front of Oleksandr Usyk and let him hit you. Because his punches sure as hell don't tickle. He might not be the biggest puncher in the world, but he's not fed or fisted either, let that be said. Ask Tony Bellew. He ain't fed or fisted. And Usyk had been out of the ring for, at the time, nearly a year. He'd had injuries along the way. Usyk's someone who's been extremely active for many years now at this stage. This is a man who won his world title, September 2016. And within, 2 months, he was already defending it against Tbiso Machunu, who is a good fighter. So Usyk's been very active over the last few years. So when you go from that level of activity to having essentially a year off, you got to imagine the guy's going to be rusty. You're talking as well, it's his first fight at heavyweight. Take all them things into consideration. Had he made a comeback at cruiserweight and then gone straight into a heavyweight fight, he might have looked a bit better. But when I look at that fight, look at that performance from Oleksandr Usyk, I don't think to myself, this guy's going to struggle at heavyweight. I think, he might have issues with, maybe getting the respect of one or two heavyweights, some of the guys with better chins. But if you look at some of the top heavyweights, most of them don't have, exactly iron jaws to begin with. Tyson Fury's not exactly got an iron chin. Anthony Joshua sure as hell doesn't. Wilder, well, we never really know about Deontay Wilder, but punching power is not everything. And I think what Usyk lacks in punching power, and as I said, he's not fed or fisted, he makes up for in speed, movement, mobility, hand and foot speed, ring IQ, makes up for a lot. Makes up for a hell of a lot. And I think that is one of the reasons why I'll pick him against Dereck Chisora. And I will pick him, if he was ever to fight Joseph Parker, I'd pick him in that fight too. So, those are my thoughts on this. That's Dillian Whyte. Now, to be fair, Dillian Whyte has fought Chisora twice. They're on good terms now. They seem to be kind of pally. So, obviously, Dillian Whyte is going to pick his mate, basically. So I don't read too much into that, but him saying that, he doesn't think Usyk's going to do anything, this, that and the other, just based on the Chaz Witherspoon fight, I think people read too much into that fight, truth be told. So those are my thoughts on this. Let me know what you think down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe of course if you are new, and as always, I will talk to you after.